Hey, 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 hey. Hello, hello. How you doing? It's Sherry from Big Notes Get Photos. I'm sorry I'm a few moments late. There's some technical issues. Now, the weather here in Auckland is a little crazy today, and I reckon that sometimes things go a bit funny in the internet wizards. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to see how y'all are doing at navigating the Get Gig Fit 30-day action plan. Now, there is like a whole checklist that you can grab that shows all 30 days in advance, and you can nab that either on the website, bignotesgetvotes.com. And I'm also going to put a link to that as well. So if you don't want to wait, because we're up to like day 4 now, so if you don't want to wait to see how things unfold, you can grab the checklist, get the jump on things, and also it gives you a link to all of the full tutorial videos on YouTube. Okay, so what I'm here to talk about today is to just chat through the last few days and give you a little bit of an insight on things. If you have any questions, I'm going to do my real best to see if they come up, and you can always email them or DM them to me in advance. And if you don't want me to say your name or just want me to respond directly to you, I can do that. But I will collate them and I'll pick a couple and answer them as well. So let's get straight into it because I don't want to take too much of your time. But the point of this is that every week at Wednesday, 2 o'clock New Zealand Standard Time, I'm going to come at you and I'm going to talk about some of these tips, how I utilize them, expand on them a little bit, and like I said, answer any questions that you have. So the first thing is I have notes. The first thing is I wanted to talk about day 1, which is vocal journaling. Now, not everybody does this, and in fact, I try to get my artists that I work with to do it, but they don't all do it in the same way. So the idea that I have when I'm coaching is that we have what I call office hours or weekly check-ins, kind of like what this is. So I'm basically checking in with you to see how you're doing with the Get Gig Fit action plan. And also I'll check in with my artists to see how they're doing as they're working their way through our coaching sessions, my curriculum. But the main thing is that we talk about a couple of things. We talk about vocal goals or singing goals, which is day 2 of the Get Gig Fit 30-day action plan. But we also have, this is the flash version of it. This is the singer's vocal journal that I put together because I wanted a place to write my goals, my practice outlines, how my voice is feeling. This is where I wanted to write it in. I also have taken to encouraging the people I work with to either, they might use a Google Docs. In fact, one of the artists I work with just did the best Google Docs spreadsheet ever. Shout out. And so some people like to use an app called Marco Polo where they'll just video themselves telling me what they're going to do for the week. And they'll send it to me, or vlog style or audio style, as long as there's that connection point, setting of goals, checking in, and loosely planning what your focus is for the week. So that's what the point of the singer's vocal journal is. And then it also gives you the opportunity to reflect. So did you get the practices that you wanted in? How did they go? How's your voice feeling? Anything that's jumping out at you, this is the space that you place it. Now, if you're wanting to be super intensive, like with a 30-day Get Gig Fit action plan, just do it for a month. And you'll really see a lot come out in the wash, especially for women. Throughout their cycle, there are such hormonal shifts that can have an impact on your voice, and so that kind of thing helps. Now, again, you can write it out however you want, and I'll put the link to it as well, too, so that you've got access to it if you want it. Day 2 is a focus on singing goals, and so these can be so broad and can be whatever you want them to be. The main thing is that you have something to focus on, and that you know how to break the goals down into smaller bite-sized pieces. So I'm working on a show at the moment called Symphony, and the focus is, for me, I have 3 songs that I have to do, and rhythm and phrasing is 100% my focus. So that's my goal for this month, because there's some intricate phrasing. And I hope you get to come along to the shows and see me, hopefully, hit it every time. But I am practicing every single day and focusing on that. So that's what my singing goal is. It's gonna change based on what you're working on and what how you're developing, because my singing goal used to be able to hit an E5 in my belt voice, and over time I've learned how to do that. So extending my range is not necessarily my goal anymore. I still have goals, broad goals like agility and diction or enunciation. See what I did there? Enunciation type goals. Now you know why. But I do think it's important to share them with somebody and keep checking in, even if you're doing them with yourself. So feel free to share your goals with me. I will hold you to it. Now, the next two sections are, or the next 2 days, day 3 is about sirening and day 4 is about singer stretches. Now, day 3, sirens are probably the nearest and dearest thing to my heart because they have changed my voice so much. Along with a few other things that are coming down the track. Siren is a wake up for your voice. It's an opportunity to check in with your voice. It tells you how your voice is doing, like from a vocal health perspective. It helps you to blend through your breaks. It helps with agility. It helps with all the things. So if you only have 30 seconds in the day, siren. And the tutorial videos will show you how. I'll give you a quick run through. Your tongue wants to be in quite a high position, like you're saying E. You're going to do it on an NG sound, so it's a little nasalized, but you're going to do it very, very thinly on a thin vocal fold, and you can find that feeling by doing a dog whimper. So with that lightness of coordination, you're just basically going to cycle from the bottom to the top of your range. And you can hear there was a little bit of crunchiness at the top. So there are some other little tricks and tips that you can add in. But I usually do it 3 times in a row. I do mine when I'm in the shower, after extended periods of voice use. As a cool down, I will reverse siren, but that's a little tip that's coming down the track as well. Or after extended periods of vocal rest. So when I haven't been using my voice, like I'm just sitting at my computer all day, I will bust one of those out. If you've literally only got time to run to the rehearsal or run into a gig, if you can siren for a few moments beforehand, you're at least giving your voice a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a wake up, and your voice will thank you for it. I promise you that. And speaking of stretches, that's what the physical stretches are for. I call them singer stretches, but they're kind of like the stretches that you would do at the gym before or after a workout. And it's really a focus on loosening tension throughout your body, because your instrument is housed in your body. And then I do a few facial or tongue and jaw focused stretches to check in. Sorry, of course, there is a heavy truck coming past just at this moment. Maybe I could teach you how to siren, Mr. Truck. Anywho, he's moving past, or they're moving past. It is a big truck. And this singer stretches routine, which you can find the YouTube tutorial on, and it literally is a tutorial, kind of like a workout video. You can find that at Big Notes Get Votes on YouTube, and I'll put a link there as well to it in the comments of Facebook, and it's also in the bio, as with all the links I've mentioned in Instagram Live. And you will be able to make sure that the entirety of your body is warmed up and ready for the vocal tasks that you're going to throw at it. It also is great just to delineate, because a lot of creatives are doing lots of different things, so they're not able to just focus 100% on being a vocalist or being an artist throughout the day. You might have to run from your day job to your night gig, and it's good to just kind of draw a line in the sand and be like, okay, relax, refocus, and off we go. And I like to add on a rag doll, which you'll also see coming up as well too. So those are the things that I really try to focus on as often as I can, along with all other 30 tips. I'm also doing them with more focus as I lead into the symphony performances, or tour prep, any tour prep actually, which is this Friday. We'll be going to Christchurch to start the New Zealand leg of the tour. And interestingly enough, the 2 questions that I've sort of been asked the most this week have been about the symphony gig, so thank you for your interest. And all the show set lists, the playlists, are all top secret. So I desperately want to show you the footage from Brisbane, but I can't. And I will show you some snippets that some amazing audience members sent through to me. But yeah, a lot of focus is going to Symphony. And again, thank you for your interest in it. And I hope to see it at one of the shows. Now, Auckland's sold out, but if you don't mind a little road trip to Hamilton, you can get some tickets still. And the last thing that I did have a great little conversation on Instagram in the chat about sirening not just being something that you can use to help your singing voice. Because I think we forget that it's the same instrument. The larynx is a speaking and a singing tool, of course. It's the place that makes sound. So even if you're not singing throughout the day, like I mentioned before, if you're just sitting doing nothing, use the siren as a tool that keeps you at ground zero. It keeps your foundation nice and strong. So that it doesn't matter if you're not performing all the time. So even though we're focusing on getting gig fit, the 30 tips are something that are really good to just implement all the time. That's how keep your voice ready at all times. And that's what you want, because the thing about music, you got to be ready for all the opportunities, whether it's a session or a gig. And they often, as much as I would love to plan everything, they often kind of sneak up on you, and things need to be a little bit dynamic. So as long as you have got a good set of skills or tools, a toolkit, I call it the singer's toolkit, on hand, and you know what you need to do from a vocal health perspective, and then when you're working with me, I give you technique toolkit so that you can always make the sounds that you want. You cannot use the vocal technique toolkit if your vocal health is compromised in any way. I like to say it's like trying to train for a marathon with a broken foot. You can have the best form and the best technique, but if the body's not working, then. Okay, rant over. Get into these tips. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be back next Wednesday to chat a little bit more about some of the other tips that are going to be unfolding. And again, if you want to get the jump on that, you can grab all 30 tips in a little checklist with a link to the entire video tutorial. So 30 videos showing you in depth how to do some of these tips I've mentioned. You can just nab that at bignotesgetvotes.com. I'll pop the link in the bio here at Instagram and also in the comments below this live on Facebook. Have an amazing day. And if I've missed any comments or questions, I will jump straight away and answer them for you. And I look forward to chatting with you soon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.